Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the EGFC MAAC tournament here in Atlantic City. Here's another look at our bracket for the day. Quinnipiac, Manhattan, and Marist have all secured their spot in the semifinals, which means we got one more match to play out. Siena and Ryder, the defending champs, taking the stage against the Ryder Broncos for our last match of the day. And this is one that on paper, Kilo Miles, this one, it seems like Siena's the heavy favorites, but Ryder has really showed up the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, they've gotten some nice wins, some nice little upsets, but it's all been kind of like, they're upsets, but only if you look strictly in terms of stats. It's all around the same skill level. Ryder really is a different beast. You've got to keep that in mind. I saw them just last week, and they were looking like they were super practiced in preparation. And additionally, you remember what I was saying a lot earlier about how like characters like Greninja get a massive power-up on land? That is the same case for a lot of Siena's characters too. And I'm not saying that everyone isn't going to get better. I mean, let's be honest. The land skill floor is so much higher than the online skill floor. All of these players look 1,000 times better than I've ever seen them play before. However, you've got to keep in mind, with players like, I think it's Lax who I'm thinking of, on the Fox, like coming in online, they're able to make these huge comeback victories. What are they going to be like in person? I can't wait to see, but for now, it is not going to be Lax coming in. It's going to be Matt coming in from Siena College against Poncho's Cloud.
Matt versus Poncho to kick off our first round between these two. Matt is the Rob you're seeing on screen. Poncho is the Cloud. Matt, we really haven't gotten to see all season long. Really only played 1 week, but he did get the victory in his one appearance. Poncho, on the other hand, 1-5 so far this season, and the Cloud appears to be his tried and true. So curious to see how this type of matchup plays out here, as right now it's Poncho with stage control, trying to get some of these juggles, trying to get some of these up airs, and getting a lot of percent on Matt for it.
I think those juggles are going to be the name of the game if you are Cloud, because Rob doesn't have the best landing options. Things like if he drops that gyro right as he's landing and drifts back behind it, that can mess up a lot of people. However, the recovery, that is not somewhere I expected them to be called out like that. Poncho with an early stock.
Poncho with a big early stock too, only 58 to his name now as the combo starts to rack up for Matt. Quick 88 now, make it 99 off that second up air, but that snipe won't come through, and now it is Poncho struggling to find the landing here. What he finally does, he won't be able to make much use of that limit blade beam, and now it is Matt who is in control of the pace of this matchup, but he doesn't find the up tilt. He had the down throw, he had the follow-up, but Poncho escapes and he will survive because of it.
And that landing air, I think the landing air from Rob is maybe one of the best reversal tools in the game. It's like, oh, I'm in disadvantage? Nah, you missed base a little bit. My rocket is bigger than your sword, and now I am in control. That is really what it is. However, at the moment, Poncho holding control even after that reversal.
Right now, Poncho, again, like you said, in firm control. He's got Matt up to 133. He wanted the forward smash, but won't be able to find it quite yet. The back air doesn't land, and Matt now starting to find some of these combos. These quick down throws into forward airs are starting to really rack up that percentage. Poncho's up to 72 right now. That side B will not connect. The down smash will land, and Poncho is forced to the ledge. The Nair also connects. Neutral B will not do so. Matt unable to find an edge guard onto Poncho, gives Poncho a second chance at life here, but the gyro doing so much work. What does Poncho do? He ends up getting the up B, and now a very crucial moment for both of these characters. They're both at kill percentage, but who is going to pull the trigger on that kill move first, and who will be punished for it? The Nair doesn't quite connect, the up smash won't either, and they're both getting a little bit eager, looking for this kill at high percents. The grab doesn't come through, and the Nair won't either, and 160 per. Who is going to finally find the stock?
Matt is playing this so patient, I barely believe it. Just look at this. They are so calm and collected, just looking finally for the gyro hit to finish them off. 180, that's kind of shocking for Cloud, but Rob at max rage, this is terrifying until, yeah, no, just swat that robot out of the sky.
Final stocks here in game number 1 for both of these players, but like you said, Matt's patience paying off in spades in that stock. Is what seemed like firm control for Poncho early has now become a dead even game. And Poncho, the use of that limit has been really mitigated. Only the Blade Beam taking the first stock off the board early in this game. It's really been the only one he's been able to connect here.
Yeah, I mean, just look at this. Threatening this gyro toss nair over and over again. Now, ooh, slow mash right there. Not correctly read. If you got that, would have just been it. However, now you get another chance at it. You gotta mash fast or slow. You go slow, you get down smash. Now you're one hit away from death on the ledge. The side B gonna whiff though. An opportunity for Cloud. It's online. Cloud is at ledge. You go for the most aggressive side B.
Dangerous play here. The gyro actually clips Poncho, so Poncho forced back now. The situation is reversed. Poncho's the one in the corner, but Matt will opt to just pick up his gyro. It will clash for the moment. Now he'll have to reset. Playing around that gyro, ever so present, and he gets the snipe again. That's going to be the stock, and that's game 1 going to Siena.
Yeah, that you've got to feel good about, because that was a little too close for comfort. Rider University came out swinging that Buster Sword round and round. Those nairs, those up airs, setting up into each other. Again, a juggle after juggle, and then off-stage dominance right there, which is not something you see against Rob. Like, the fact that you're able to make Matt feel so unsafe off ledge, commendable from Poncho. But Matt was able to clean it up towards the end by utilizing their slower, more zoning-based tools.
The gyro did so much work for him throughout that first game, so curious to see what the game plan is headed into game number 2. Poncho, again, got off to a very fast start with this Cloud, but at the end of the day, it was the Rob that got the job done. We're seeing a possible character switch on our screen, but we'll still consider it for the moment. If you're looking at this from Poncho's perspective, how does Poncho find a way to answer back here in this second game?
I mean, the main thing you do is you find your win condition, and the win condition for you is off stage. How do you get them off stage? Well, I feel like... Actually, I was about to say blah, 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 offense. I changed my mind. It's their defense that I think could be tightened up a little bit, because that was where Matt shined. You remember when it was dead even, or it was actually Poncho in the lead, and then all of a sudden, so Matt just slowed it down. Poncho couldn't get in, and you just got boxed out again and again and again. You don't have to worry about that as much with Chrom, but if you're able to use Cloud's superior defense to Chrom, you might be able to get a win under your belt as you get that parry right away into the Blade Beam.
It is Poncho, or sorry, this is Matt switching characters to the Chrom. Curious to see why the reasoning behind the character swap, but you know, we won't get a chance to hear from them after this as they're getting ready for tomorrow's action afterwards. Right now, it's Ryder along the ledge. They'll just opt to burn that limit to re-grab, and now they get the roll read on the platform. A solid golf club of a swing to make sure that first stock is sealed away.
I love that. They dash forward to bait the roll away, and then once the roll in comes in, they turn around up smash, and they get the out of shield option. You remember what I said about defense? This is exactly what I mean. Ryder might be able to do this. Poncho is looking incredible right now, but it is still Matt from Siena.
Have to see this Chrom right now at a little bit of a deficit. That's a good forward air, though. And now it's Poncho in control of the stage for the moment, but now it's quickly reversed. The up smash, that's going to land too, so that finds its mark, and things are just like that, back to even.
Yeah, Matt in turn has slowed the pace of the game down, and look at this dead even right now. Just shielding that up B, but saving that counter for a rainy day when you need to get that stock off the most. All the way down! The aggression right there, unprompted, unmitigated, and that means you're a full stock down against Siena's.
We were questioning why the switch to Chrom, and I think it's a confidence thing. My goodness, the runoff down air from Chrom, not often seen, but boy, oh boy, that was something else, and that sent a message to Poncho. You are not safe off stage right now. 44% on Poncho, and he's got to try and find a way to battle back here. He's got Matt at a relatively high percent, but how can you find a way to secure this stock?
I'm not really sure. You need to find this back air. That is what you need the most, because this cloud back air, it's so safe. Stand in center, spam back air. That can work, but with Chrom's speed, he can sometimes elude your defenses, get through your wall. You've got to... A lot of fade back aerials could be the key to your success, but again, you need more pop-off plays. You need to be able to punish harder, as you're just a little bit slow, and all the punishers finally scooping up with that up smash.
The up smash seals away that second stock. It's now a big lead still for Matt, but Poncho has at least made it a little bit closer. Just going to take the damage from that side B to make it nearly 30% on the board of Matt's last stock here. Continuing to work away at it, and it's like you said, he's got to find a little bit more mileage off of these interactions if he wants to bring this all the way back. Matt is on set point here. And at 107, Chrom's got a lot of kill power, similar to Roy in terms of that movement and the pressure they can apply. But Poncho's defense, it's found another gear here. All of a sudden, 90 to 107. Yep. This is danger territory for both players.
Oh no! Tried to fade back to the ledge, but a little too far ahead, and that means that it is going to be Poncho following Matt rising, and that is... Whew! So close. I cannot believe that they managed to pull that off after it looked like all the momentum was swinging back towards Poncho.
Kind of a heartbreaker for the side of Ryder. They brought that all the way back, but just the up B from Cloud not snapping to the ledge ends up being their demise. And we actually saw that on the side of Siena, I think. Oh, actually no, it was Poncho twice. Earlier that game, Poncho used the up B a little bit earlier and didn't snap to ledge, and it didn't get punished. This time, Matt was ready for it, and Matt punished accordingly, and Matt seals away the first set. He gets 4 points on the board for the side of Siena, so they jump out to the early lead here against Ryder.
Yeah, and after that start, you got to be a little heartbroken, but like you said, it's not over and done with yet. Still so much time to go, as now you can see Ryder University gearing up. Who are they sending in? Who is that up there? I mean, either way, I feel like one of the main things this established, one of the main reasons this established, excuse me. One of the main reasons this matchup is so established is because both these teams in the MAAC, they've been playing against each other for so long, and even though Ryder is down in terms of rankings, they still have the history with this, and these lower seeded teams, they are the most poised to make the upsets.
Yeah, I mean, Ryder is the 7th seed entering this MAAC conference, but you have to remember, the middle of the pack was really just kind of a mesh of teams. You had kind of your top 3 in Quinnipiac, who was undefeated, Siena, only 1 loss, and then Marist, who was right up there, only a game or so behind them. But then the next couple of seeds were really Manhattan breaking away from the pack just towards the end of the run, and then a 3-way tie for 5th place. So while Ryder is the 7th seed, which is the second to lowest in this tournament, they could have, and I mean, if the tiebreakers had gone their way, ended up playing in Iona's place in that 5th overall seed. Ryder has the potential to be, one of these wild card dark horse teams, but these are the moments where they have to try and step up. the players you're seeing on stage are Waffle and TLA. Waffle for the side of Siena, TLA for the side of Ryder. Waffle, one of the players that was here last season for Siena. This Sonic was very successful last season in their run, and this season is no exception. One of the better records on this Siena roster at 8-1 so far through season 3. And TLA, also a member from last season, having kind of a breakout season for himself at 6-5. We'll have to see how they play against each other for this second set. A final reminder for you on this point spread, the way it works, every single stock matters. You get a point for however many stocks you have remaining at the end of each game, and if your player wins the set that they are in, they get the bonus 2 points on the board.
Yeah, and those bonus points matter so much. How many times have we seen a down-to-the-wire game, but then it ends up 4 points to 1? And it doesn't, you're like, oh, come on, I did so well, and blah, 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 blah. But that is just not how the game is played. That's not how it works. You've got to win outright, because the wins matter way more than just whether your game was close or not, as it is going to be a Sonic Ditto.
Interesting to see here, and yeah, the Sonic Ditto coming out from both of these players. The Sonic is kind of the tried and true of these two, combatants, and we have seen TLA switch up in the past, but Waffle almost exclusively going to Sonic. And if you're wondering who is who, yes, that is correct. Siena is the neutral Sonic, whereas Ryder, they've gone for the dark Sonic skin here, and now we'll have to see who can, capitalize off a few mistakes. Right now, it's Ryder at a little bit of a disadvantage. TLA up to almost 80%, but we'll have to see what they can do here, as Waffle wanted to get that back air, but could not find it. Wanted the forward smash still, and it feels like these combos are just slightly out of reach until that very moment where the forward smash comes through.
And what you got to keep in mind right here is that it is almost impossible to track down each other off stage in the air. So what you need to do, it's these forward smash reads that are going to decide when and where the stocks are taken. This forward smash, massively disjointed, can beat out the homing attack, beat out the spin dash, and when you're able to get those reads with it, is one of your only put a roadblock in Sonic's path. As I'm trying to figure out, I've never seen that many Sonic Dittos before. Who wins out when the spin dashes collide? Like, that is one thing that seems these players are trying to be on the better end of.
Right now, Waffle is the one getting the better end of the deal, but there's the back air to seal away the first stock off of Waffle for the moment. And now back into neutral they go. They clash and they ended up crossing up each other, so the jabs won't connect out of that trade. But right now, every trade is coming up Waffle's way. TLA has got to find their ground here and got to find it quick. They're going to withstand the storm that is Waffle's Sonic. 81% on the TLA right now, and Sonic can potentially kill very early. TLA opting to recover low there, and how do they find a way in? It's been dash attacks and dash attacks galore, chipping away at Waffle's percentage here, but an ill-advised roll is going to get scouted out, and it is Waffle taking a 2-stock victory.
Yeah, and that really is kind of the detriment of going with the Dittos. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, the better player wins. However, Waffle has just been so experienced. Like you said, been here since last semester, probably been playing the character a lot longer, and they just have been so practiced over their many, many wins on the character. And it really showed in situations like that, where you know when your character is safe grabbing the ledge, you know when they're not safe grabbing the ledge. You know your weaknesses just as well as your strengths, and if you're a good player, you know how to exploit them too.
And, I think one of the things that sticks out to me from what I remember of seeing these players play in the past is that Waffle is very much so an adaptive player. While Sonic does control the pace of a match very well, he can also opt to play that more passive style. And so we've seen, how kind of flexible this Sonic pick from Waffle can be. Whereas TLA, he is very much so, I think, a kind of impose your will type of Sonic. He is the one in control of the pace from start to finish, and when he loses control of that pace, that's where you start to see things go against him. And right now, it's coming up all Waffle's way. The back air lands, and he takes the first stock off the board.
Ooh, missing that 2-frame, and what I do need to say is I don't think TLA is not controlling the pace. I think it's a lot of Waffle going, okay, you want to control the pace? Fine. You play your own pace. I'm not going to stop you. Sonic speed, all that jazz. However, I'm just going to punish all of your landings, all of your attempts to get on the stage with dash back, and you can't do anything about it.
Dash back is something to watch here in game number 2 as Waffle continues to make TLA struggle here. Forward smash doesn't land, down tilt, wanted the grab, follow up, but the forward tilt from TLA will get him away. Spring won't land either on that edge guard attempt. Waffle is the one off stage at the moment as TLA doesn't pull the trigger on that back air, but he gets the down tilt. Good catch, but Waffle will be able to make it back to stage, and that's another key thing, is that Waffle is another one of these players that their survivability is a huge reason why they are so successful. 167 right now, able to get around the spring and still alive on this stock until that conversion right there. TLA strikes in game number 2.
And now, ooh, that unfortunate. Misjudging the distance just a little bit as both these players, I mean, blue blurs all across the screen right now as you're barely able to keep up with the action. You can see that even one of Sonic's main attributes that makes him so hard to punish is that he can cross up your shield and then fly away before you can even lay a finger on them. You know the one character who can track down Sonic in the air like that? Another Sonic!
Yeah, and you're seeing it time and time again, too. Waffle able to track down TLA. That forward smash almost finding its mark as the spin dash was coming in. And now TLA wanted the jab reset there, but could not get it. And now the back throw here from Waffle. This is a big stock for both players here. TLA trying to get something done, trying to mitigate the damage that has been dealt. 103 to his name and only 52 onto Waffle. They'll trade homing attacks, but not only once, but twice here. And the battle for center stage continues. TLA's got it for the moment. How does he find a way to take this stock? Because right now he's working on borrowed time at 128. Waffle is going to work and just not stopping. Forward throw won't do it quite yet. 157 on the board. The backer, what a tech from TLA to survive. But still, he's trapped in the corner and he'll be able to spin dash away.
And now, one hit for Rider University. One hit on one stock, and the up throw on the platform. That is going to be the hit. Siena showing their dominance in Sonic. Waffles taking it home in the Ditto. And that'll be Siena University so far with, I think that is 12 unanswered points right now.
A big win for them in that set right there. And Waffle now, I mean, making sure that Siena's got the big lead, and through those first 2 sets, I mean, this is more or less what we expected from the defending champs. That veteran experience really coming in clutch. And it's worth noting, too, that these two teams played each other twice in the regular season, and it was a lot closer off the start here. It was in week 2 when these two teams played. It was actually Ryder who was up through 3 sets, but was DQ'd due to a lack of a LAN adapter in that online format. Then they played a couple weeks later, and it was Siena getting the better of them yet again. Now we get ready for set number 3 between these two teams, and this is where things get very dangerous. Siena has opted to put in Pango, and Pango is the Steve player we've been seeing who has been just a gold mine for this team. Pango, I believe, yes, 12-0 on the season throughout the regular season. He has been a terror for really anyone he goes against. We'll have to see how 920 does for the side of Ryder.
Yeah, and the thing about Pango that is interesting to me that I didn't see, Pango has taken a more, how do I phrase this? A kind of Jake F Smash style of Steve, where you focus a lot around the fundamentals. You focus around a couple traps at ledge, and that is the main thing. However, offline, I expect their punish game to be a little cleaner, but up against the Joker, it is going to be tough. Joker does have the tools to pressure you at a range that actually matters, a range that Steve can't burst through.
We'll have to see. 920 so far this season. We've mostly seen the Joker from him, but we've also seen Lucas, King K. Rool, and Pac-Man in the past. 1-6 this season, but he was also on this team last season. We'll have to see how he's improved overall, if he can stand up to the titan that is Pango right now. I mean, again, undefeated in the regular season for a reason, and it's actually interesting to note because Pango is typically the first person Siena sends in almost consistently every week. It is Pango, first or second in to every single one of these matches. Now they're putting him in third in a pivotal moment for Ryder. If this set gets out of hand, it makes the comeback for Ryder that much more improbable. So a huge set, really, for both of these squads. We'll see if 920 can start that comeback or if Pango can put this set on ice.
Yeah, it all starts here on Town and City, setting up the defense right away, but they go for a craft and not anticipating the landing there in. But now, the jabs across the stage, going for the up tilts now, trying to get a chain underneath this platform. That's interesting. They don't try and jab all the way across the stage. They instead try and go for the up tilt under the platform, hoping to get an extension maybe, but then they just put up a wall and say, okay, you jump over this platform, all sword, and now I'll use this sword to slay the beast.
Only 27% right now to Pango's name. Using that was a smart play, covering the TNT with the block and trying to use the wall to his advantage. He teched the wall to try and get that down air off. These are some crazy trick plays that Pango is trying to pull off here. And it is, for the most part, working. You're seeing 920. He's at 138. The parry came through. He wanted the F smash, but he could not land it in time. And that up smash will do it. That's first stock off the board of Ryder, and it's Pango in the lead.
Yeah, Pango at the moment playing, well, they're in creative mode. Because it's not that they're, like, cheating or anything, no. They're just so creative with all these extensions. This is the punish I was talking about. This is what I love to be seeing right now, as they put those blocks up to interrupt the ledge, get up just a little bit to make them think twice about getting off the ledge, and now they have even more resources, even more iron tools. Ooh. Now, they're able to get the back throw off.
That won't kill quite yet at 137, 920. He's got to come up with something, but he runs into the back air there, and Pango with a big lead now. Still at all three stocks at 111. Joker's got plenty of kill power, but he's got to find a way to land one of those strong hits, and Pango just refuses to give him any space. But Arsene back air comes out, sends him off stage, and that will be a trade, but one that 920 will gladly take to get a stock off the board.
Yeah, now you have diamond tools to deal with. One mistake now, and you are done for, my friend, as there you go, the extension, but a good drift out. However, that might not be enough, as you end up elytraing behind them in order to finish them off. 920 gets juked, misled, betrayed by the movement of Pango, and that'll be 2 stocks on the board, 2 points on the board for Siena.
And this is why Pango is so scary. You were talking about Pango's play style before this match started, and I think a good comparison, what we typically see from Steve players is kind of the bread and butter. It reminds me of Chimmy from Marist, right? Who, he's got the bread and butter up tilt combos down. We don't typically see that from Pango, but what we do see is the creativity that you're seeing, right? The ability to bounce off walls, try and tech things in order to land the down air instead, go for shield breaks. While you don't see the bread and butter combos, you're seeing a lot heavier and harder of reads as this set goes on, and that's what makes this Steve so threatening.
Yeah, and I don't think it's no bread and butter so much as it is they have the bread and the butter, like Minecraft style. There's only one loaf of bread in Minecraft, you just make it a bunch of times. And their bread is that jab, down air, jab, down air, extend, down, or not down air, forward air rather, spiking them into the ground and extending that all the way to like 70%, and then they use their creativity to get the stock. Just like that.
Ooh, the TNT followed up by the down smash for the extra knockback there, and 920 loses his stock very early, about 45 seconds gone by, and only 34% on Pango. He wants the spike, but Arsene bails him out at the last second. 920 survives.
And look at this! Just an overhang over the ledge, retreating with their wings of your own. You're like, you're not the only one with a winged up B. As now, okay, time to gather some more resources. Diamond on deck for next stock. Additionally, we've knocked Arsene, knocked the lights out of them, knocked them off the top of the screen, and they just crafted diamond. When a Steve player crafts diamonds on the first stock, it's because they're confident they're gonna get a 3 stock. Just like this. Is it over just like that? You're not able to get back? No! They save their jump after the transformation.
Huge moment there, but 920 finds a way to get out of dodge for only just a moment. The follow-up, he wants the roll in, and he won't have it. The forward smash lands, and Pango's off stage. That trades, but Pango will be able to make it back. No Arsene now. This is a problem for 920. He's on the verge of getting 3 stocked, and how does he fight through this wall? The down air, the parry comes through from Pango. Cart to get him off stage, and it's just not enough. Oh, but he does snap to ledge. The length of that recovery is incredible. Wanted the dash back forward smash, but the back air will seal the deal. And Pango, when Siena needed him the most, gets a 3 stock, and again, he is a master of this game. 13-0 on the season.
3 of them. Like I said, when a Steve player crafts diamonds, the first stock, it is confidence. It is pure adrenaline flowing through their veins because they know that they are winning this one, and there's not a dang thing you can do about it. Oh, man. Like, as soon as they got that spike off stage, I'm like, okay, they're feeling themselves. And it really did feel like when 920 was able to get an opening, they weren't able to do that much with it. Like, they got some mileage off of it, but it wasn't that much, if you understand me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree. I think one of the keys is that, we know Joker to be this very combo-heavy character, especially on land. You can get things like drag down up air or just something simple like down throw into forward air. But we almost never saw, I don't think we actually ever saw Pango get grabbed that whole set. 920 was forced to try and find a way through all of the defensive walls that Pango was able to set up. And the way Pango plays, there's so much to keep track of. The block setups, the walls, what type of equipment he has ready on hand. And I think 920 just kind of got lost in the moment, and Pango was absolutely ready to take advantage of every single chance he got.
Yeah, and now, who do we got coming in? Who is our final challenger? Because if you look at the scoreline, I'm pretty sure it is borderline impossible. You would need a godlike performance to take out this Siena College, who is honestly on the warpath to possibly get our first shutout of this. I don't think it's gonna happen. Ryder has been playing very well, but if Siena does, that is a huge statement going into these MAAC championships presented by EGF and the Showboat Hotel, Atlantic City.
You have to remember, too, that Siena, they are the defending champs for a reason. Maybe they are the 2 seed coming into this tournament, but when it comes to the MAAC championship, they have been the team to beat. And Ryder, they knew coming in this was going to be a difficult matchup to say the least. Even though they kept close with them in the past, that's a whole different story when you hit that stage and you are under the spotlight. And right now, Siena, I believe they actually have secured themselves the victory with the points off of that 3 stock. I believe it is 17-0 which does give Siena the win. And if not, it would still take a vastly, massive performance, like you said, from Ryder to come back. But the point here still stands that Siena, they still feel like the team to beat in the MAAC conference. We'll see what Ryder can get done in these last 2 sets. I believe this is Jinja on the side of Siena here, opting for the Bowser. And for the side of Ryder, this is Loose Grip, the Snake player. We've seen a little bit of Loose Grip. Oh my god! Nearly getting the spike in the first couple seconds of this game. He is out for blood.
Yeah, that is the most powerful spike in the game. If you get caught by that, say sayonara to your stock. As now, it's going to eat a lot of damage. Snake is fine taking damage. You may not realize that Snake is a heavy. And so this is a pretty even weight battle. However, just because you're okay taking it back and forth, I feel like it is Bowser who has the more potent kill options. And Jinja definitely fishing for that now. You see a lot of this landing nair. Landing nair, you hit it right, that connects straight into back air. Not much you can do about it.
Both playing at high percents right now. Grab. Actually, I think the grenade knocked him away. Thought I was going to see an up tilt there, but grabs him with the side B, and that Loose Grip will survive. He'll be able to grab the ledge as well. Both these players surviving up to these high percents. It's like you said, with these heavy characters, this is more or less expected. The question is, who's going to be able to take that first stock and get some extra credit here? And the answer is Loose Grip gets the grab, gets the up tilt, and that's going to be the stock off the board.
And that's a good sign for Ryder. However, now that forward air 177 from middle of stage, you know that's going to be dead, as now the up tilt, it's a good combo starter as well as a kill option. The fact that it's so fast, the fact that Snake can pretty much just anti-air you from front and back, it is so difficult to deal with it.
Things even here on stock number 2, but only for a moment, as you're seeing Jinja time and time again has to fight through these projectiles in order to find a way in on Loose Grip, but the damage they can do once they get in the first place is lethal. That up smash doing a lot of work, and that's something Loose Grip has made very good use of. Hasn't taken the stock quite yet, neither will the Nikita, but the up tilt will, and that is stock number 2 off the board.
They're right on top of that C4, but they're gonna be fine with it. Yeah, you just want to detonate that. You don't want that interfering in any way. And even though it feels like Jinja has barely been able to get any mileage, all they need is one clean hit and this is an even game. However, first you need to get past the ledge trapping, and if Loose Grip has shown anything, it's that their grip on the ledge is anything but.
Grenade at center stage. It's in Snake's hand. He'll eat some damage for it. But the C4's on Bowser, and it nearly found a way to take the stock right there. C4's been planted, but he blew himself
up. They put the C4 on him!
No!
Oh no, Loose Grip. I mean, this is doable right here. The up tilt, not going to kill quite yet. Now a little bit stale. It's going to be a little longer as the uppie is the opener you need. One big combo. Bowser does have a combo game, and it's pretty massive, but the damage on that C4 on the platform is massive too. Calling out the landing right there, knowing 5 steps ahead that you won't land there. The landmine more or less planted. Wait, this ain't Brawl, but yeah, they're able to get that stock off the board. Ryder not going to be shut out.
They get a point on the board, and Loose Grip is the one to do it, but this one was, at the end, it started to get dangerously close. Now, I will say there was a little bit of a miscue on that C4. It was a right, kind of right idea, wrong execution. Gets the C4 onto the Bowser, but the back throw ends up trading the C4's place. When you walk or when you cross paths, that C4 can exchange between players, and you see it ends up falling off and right next to him. But then moments later, gets it again, and you can see, oh, it's not on me. Might as well pull the trigger, and ends up taking the stock. Always funny to see. But, I mean, Loose Grip did a very good job in that first game of, finding his advantages. But here's an interesting switch up. The King K rule from Jinja, and it's working out very nicely. The down air beats the Cypher, and the first stock of Loose Grip's off the board.
And you can see Loose Grip trying to even up with a spike of their own, but K-Rool is able to roll right through their ledge trapping. They were a little too fast that time. It doesn't look like Jinja was ready for it. Looks like Loose Grip is going to have a lot of trouble getting in right now, as at the range game, even though Snake wins, I'm not trying to be dishonest, Snake wins. However, it is still very tough for you to get in when all of your approach options can be called out with the right button.
We're seeing a little bit of that now here in this first stock. Oh, the counter lasted that long, and it ends up setting Loose Grip away, but Loose Grip should be able to make it back through this. Armoring through the Cypher as well is Jinja, but the back throw won't do it quite yet. Neither will the up tilt. Good defense on both players' parts here. Up smash won't connect. Neither will the forward tilt. They both are looking for these quick kill options, but who will be the first to land it? The Nikita missile on the chase down will be the one to take the stock off the board.
Who needs ladder combos when you've got a rocket to do you for you? Blasting off again, as now that shield pressure is not going to go your way at the moment. After that early spike, it looked like Loose Grip is finding a handle on it, but oh no! Detonating the C4 on top of yourself. I think they thought they dropped it down either way. That little mistake is going to put you down a stock once again.
Now it is Loose Grip on the back foot. They have to find a way to answer back here. C4 is on the right side of that, underneath that platform. Forward tilt, gonna do a lot of damage here. Great escape there from Loose Grip to get around that tricky situation, and it ends up being a last stock game right here.
Rocket coming in, interrupts you. The up air stuffs you out. Loose Grip has a chance to put a win under Ryder's belt, and they're looking for it. They're gunning for it. You can feel the momentum. It's palpable. Jinja can't find their way in, as they can't even get onto the ground. Snake, not even notorious for his juggling, is just finding ways to threaten the ground so much that Jinja has no choice but to jump. However, this is still a heavy. One right guess and your stock is forfeit.
Down air lands. Have to be very careful here on this last stock. Very high percents both ways. Drop the C4. Grenade in hand. That'll get him out of the grab. Make it 2. The trade, though, it goes in Jinja's favor. The up arrow King K-Rool comes out in time, and Siena take game number 2.
You saw the lean back there. Jinja was just like, oh, there's no way that happened, but it did. And that sigh of relief is going to mean that they were going to a game 3. Still an opportunity for Ryder to get a win through Loose Grip. However, Jinja was starting to feel themselves towards the end of that.
I gotta say, these are 2 games now back-to-back where Loose Grip has kind of ended up taking a stock off himself because of lack of tracking of that C4. Now, that C4 is an intricate part of Snake's kit, and you have to utilize it, but if you keep losing track of it, it ends up being a little detrimental at times here, as that seems to be the case for Loose Grip. We'll have to see if they can mitigate those mistakes here in game number 3 and get that first set win on the board for Ryder, because as you're seeing, Jinja has found the answer here in this King K-Rool. Remember, they got the spike very early in that first game, and while they were in a very close second game there, they still had a lot of momentum headed into this third match.
As you can see, this platform pressure, and that time the C4 is going to stick, finishing you off in style. Almost an unanswered stock right there, as Ryder is able to immediately even out percents. Right now, Loose Grip is looking very nice. It looks like that last game was a wake-up call for them. They're not making any of the same mistakes. Like that was the situation that got them spiked last game, but this time they delay the recovery and survive.
Loose Grip not afraid at all, to go for these runoff forward airs, trying to find a spike of his own, but no crocodile in sight quite yet. Trade off stage. That C4 is right on the platform, and Blue Script will be able to make it back alive. They won't be able to find that dash attack, but they will find this grab. This should be... Oh no, he ends up jumping, looking for a read on the roll there, but doesn't end up finding a way to capitalize off that grab, off the grenade. No trade for a kill either way there. That's how that first game ended, and you know Snake loves to get those fast aerials out when that grenade is out, but it's Jinja trying to find a way back to stage at 164 off the side of the stage, and the back air connects, and all of a sudden Loose Grip is up 3-1.
Oh, uppercut sends them off, but you're still down a clean stock. How are you going to find this opening? The grenade sets up into the Nair, 47% off that little string, and you're stuck with the C4. You can see them rolling around. Because of that C4 explosion, you're actually able to get the shield poke immediately. No defense there, as yet not even bothering to go for the Nikita that time. Using the back air to poke at them. They're nerfed it a little bit.
Jinja right now, 98%, make that 110. Loose Grip trying to end this one as fast as he can to make sure that this is a 2-stock victory and get more points on the board. Jinja able to up B back to stage. The crawl back, wanted the dash attack, but it won't be able to do so. Jinja still searching for that one opening, but the coverage was just so clean. He wants the forward air, but he won't find it. Jinja's recovery is enough, and then there to reverse the situation once again for Loose Grip. How does he make it back to stage? This is a ledge regrab. He dipped down low. The forward air not spaced enough, and the forward tilt to push him off stage once again. Up air's not going to get there. Weak hit of back air from Loose Grip. Side B, just enough to track him down, and that is game number 3 in the books. Loose Grip gets the first set win for Ryder.
Yeah, Ryder with a pretty 4 points on the board, as Loose Grip had to fight long and hard for that one. But towards the end, in that third game, they looked like they really came into their own. Like, yeah, let's just take a look at these replays right here. You can see, like, there were a couple times where they just down threw, and they were able to get just, like, oh my gosh, they were going for a spike. I was wondering why they were hovering out there. They were going for it all, but they just kept calling out Jinja's movement with these explosions, putting 5 points on the board for Ryder University.
5 points in Ryder's pocket, as we've got one more set between these two players being locked in. Looks like it will be Bivers versus Yoshi Man, and this is an interesting one to say the least. These are two veterans of these two teams. Yoshi Man was kind of the star of the show last season for Ryder. Between the Yoshi, the Bowser Jr. that we saw, had a lot of success for the Broncos last season, and Bivers is a name that's been here since season 1, has played a couple of different characters, but has really started to find his footing on the Falco in particular, and Falco's one of those characters that's very explosive. We'll have to see how he plays against Yoshi Man, who plays a very different style with that Yoshi and Bowser Jr.
Yeah, and the big thing I'm looking for is Bivers had a pretty clean combo game. Like, they are able to have a nice punish game, but online, I noticed that they weren't quite able to get the finishers a lot of the time. It's tough to get those final extensions that lead into the kills. So the thing I've got my eye on for Bivers is can you confirm these combos into kills and finish them off? Incredibly difficult, but you have the execution on your side now.
And that is also a huge key, like you said. You know, a couple of Siena's characters, when you look at them from an online format to a LAN format, there is a little bit of a difference in, you know, that execution factor, and that's what a couple of these characters have struggled with in the past. Characters like Falco, characters like Fox that we've seen on Lax. Curious to see how he does in this type of environment, but Bivers is another one. We're about to see if that execution can come to fruition in a match like this. For the flip side of that, Yoshi Man looks like he'll be opting for Yoshi today instead of the Bowser Jr. And Yoshi versus Falco is an interesting one to say the least. That double jump armor, I think, going to play a critical role in this matchup.
You hit the nail right on the head, Soy, because you've got to keep in mind How does Falco get kills? Now with raw smash attack reads, most of those don't come out. They get kills with edge guards and up tilt back air. Those are the main two. So up tilt back air, what is the percent range where that's actually true? That's what we're going to be finding out here, because on Yoshi with a frame 1 combo breaker in terms of that double jump, it can be tough. What you need to be ready for is to punish what they do after that double jump.
See if Yoshi Man is able to get that punish, or sorry, if Bivers is able to get that punish. Yoshi Man is the one right now getting punished a lot, 95% onto their first stock already. Bivers starting to connect a lot more of these up tilts, and that is a dangerous sign, but now around the platform, we'll see what Yoshi Man can get done. Ends up getting, oh my, what a turnaround from Bivers. The wall jump side B into the forward smash to seal away that first stock.
Sorry, I lied. I'm sorry, I'm being dishonest and untrustworthy. They literally got the F smash read, but not just a read, they set up for it. Anytime you see the aerial side B is actually a spike. And so, it pops them right up, and if you land right next to them, that is an easy smash attack.
An important note, right? That side B, easy to forget because it's so similar to Fox's, but the side B of Falco spikes instead if it's in the air, and that's Yoshi Man able to escape back to stage for the moment, but that's a shield break, and that's an easy conversion into the forward smash, and just like that, we're relatively back to even, but Bivers already going to work on this second stock.
Yeah, a bit of a habit of using this egg roll right here, and most of the time it hasn't been punished, but Bivers is starting to catch on a little bit. There's that up tilt back air, you see that? They just double jumped right out of that, all otherwise guaranteed confirm for Falco.
We got the spike, but he's able to escape that forward air. Jabs come through, down B as well, and Yoshi Man just slowly chipping away at this percentage. We haven't seen a lot of the classic Yoshi combos come out here from Yoshi Man. Instead, it's been Bivers who's really been the one getting the majority of the multi-hits off, but that's a good forward smash, and now Bivers is in a tricky spot, went for the forward air trying to spike him, but no dice quite yet. Down smash won't land, and he'll read the roll instead. Bivers, another big forward smash to take the stock.
Yeah, and now you're going off stage, my friend. How are you gonna get off with Yoshi? The dash dance actually lets them avoid that that little get up attack. However, trying to get through this platform. There's the up airs starting. Did they not have a jump there? No, they didn't, but the down B actually gets them out of that disadvantage. Not before 47% stacks up, though. Confirm, though? Yeah. You land that forward air, it's a guaranteed up air. I talk about Falco's kill confirms. Yoshi's is very notable as well.
But look at the combo here from Bivers. He wanted another forward smash to try and ice that one, but no dice quite yet. Down air lands. Yoshi Man got the grab, gets the jab, wants the down B, but won't be able to get it. This should be a down throw here into the laser, into the nair, but the armor coming through and helping Yoshi Man out. Pulls the trigger on the smash attack, won't be able to find it, and the up smash connects for Bivers, and he takes game one.
Beautiful stuff from Bivers right there, calling out that aerial drift with the up B, or up smash rather. Nice stuff, and overall I did like... Is it a cop-out to say I really enjoyed both these players? Because overall, I feel like Bivers had some very nice punishes. The second they saw that that jump was gone, oh my gosh, it was go time. But the defense from Yoshi Man was so strong, and the fact that they were able to find these confirms over and over again, keep it close, it's commendable. But unfortunately, you can only stay alive for too long when you're at that deficit, because when you get them to that high percent, all you need to do is, oh my word, we're going King DDD.
This is a different pick, to say the least. We haven't really seen this from Yoshi Man in the past. I think we did see it 1 week in the EGF, but this is a very different style of matchup. That double jump armor not going to be the case anymore, and this is another big-bodied character, which Falco, the combo-heavy type, he is going to love a matchup like this.
Yeah, grab your protractors because we're going to be seeing a lot of circles here. They're going non-stop, just circle round and round. King DDD doesn't really have a lot of horizontal movement, just vertical. And so, if you're able to just keep going horizontally left and right, you can sort of drag King DDD in a circle and pressure with the lasers, which is what we're seeing Bivers do right now. Honestly, playing this matchup exactly how you should be.
Good down smash to get Bivers off stage, and that dash attack, yep, that covers. The Gordo's gonna land as well. Bivers survives at 85, but the forward smash doesn't quite hit the mark, and so Bivers survives.
This is the terrifying thing of DDD. One wrong move right here, this landing forward air, a Gordo could set you up for the kill right now, but the landing hitbox of that fair trips them up, and even though you're not going to get an edge guard, one edge trap right here could be it. That rocket hammer, that ain't safe. You're going to be able to get rid of them there, and the other charge hammer, don't get caught, don't get grabbed. No, you're going to avoid that. Okay.
Be careful here around this ledge. Forward air connects from Bivers, and Bivers doing a pretty good job right now of making sure that Yoshiman really can't get anything started for himself. He's got 100% onto this Falco, but the shine comes through as well, so the Gordo gets stuffed out, and these lasers continue to chip away at Yoshiman's percentage. Back air gonna land as well. Falco wanting that down air. So satisfying when you land it, but it couldn't get the spacing on it. The jab, that's not gonna take the stock quite yet either. Bivers holds onto the ledge, a risky play, gets the parry as well, up throw, can't get the up air to try and snipe that stock away, and he ends up air dodging away from the last hitbox of Yoshiman as well.
And now here's that little pressure that I talked about. You want to make them antsy. You want to make them throw out a hitbox in your face like that. You can just shield and up smash. Good use of neutral conditioning right there from Bivers. And even though Yoshiman was able to get the edge in the beginning, ultimately it's finding this kill that they're struggling so much with. Their jumps are being called out. They don't have any more jumps. They have to be there.
Dangerous predicament right now for Yoshiman, but the down tilt, that should seal that stock away. So first stock off the board, but a lot of work to be done. Bivers right now only at 15 and in control of this matchup, but Yoshiman, an opening here. That's no jump, but the forward air doesn't connect. The reversal, they both want this spike, but they can't find each other off stage. The dash attack, that's gonna connect. That's gonna be the stock, and all of a sudden, things are back to even.
Even stocks, and the percentage is already racking up, absorbing them, trying to get ready for this tech chase, trying to go for the follow-up. What is this momentum that Yoshiman is playing with? They hit a boost pad or something, but is that spike enough? No. DIN, you're saved. That kill screen's a liar. You better not believe it. But then the up tilt, no, you're able to jump out. No back air confirmed for you, and they bet it all on the rocket hammer, trying to bait them in, but Bivers does not give in to the temptation.
Playing around the ledge, 150. That forward smash is going to do a lot of shield pressure. This is going to force Bivers to make a play. Reflected the Gordo, and that's going to be enough. The reflected Gordo, the added knockback, that seals the deal, and that is going to be the set in Siena's favor, and the Saints, the defending champs, are on to the next round.
It was so sudden. It was so sudden. I mean, Siena College, they had already won handedly, but I didn't realize how handedly, because that reflect was maybe the most unexpected. And yeah, good games from all of them. Everyone congratulating their teammate on that win, because I truly believe, even though Yoshiman was getting some crazy momentum towards the end, that they played that perfectly. That was textbook Falco gameplay, and I say textbook as the best compliment you can have. Sometimes when you're up against, say, sort of lower tiered opponent, it can be tempting to run in to try and just get a big punish and beat them out using your punish game. However, you cannot fall prey to their tricks and traps. You've got to be ready to deal with these low tiers as they should be.
Absolutely, and Bivers showing why this team is so strong across the board. All of these members have just had such a successful season. Again, their only loss in the regular season is to Quinnipiac, who we saw earlier today. But I mean, with players like Bivers playing as you say, as textbook as they are showing why they are such a threat. And Ryder, it was just not enough today. But I mean, you saw it was a lot of kind of right idea and wrong execution. I've used that phrase a couple of times throughout the season where, it feels like they've got the right ideas, but that second level of what you need to get done against some of these upper echelon teams, it just didn't come to fruition on the big stage.
And that is true. There were right ideas, there were some wrong executions, but it was mostly right from Ryder. I gotta say, coming into offline, Ryder looks so powerful if they were not up against Siena. Because Siena, they have right ideas, amazing execution, and some crazy reads to boot. As now Siena has secured their spot in the semifinals, going up against Marist.
This is the bracket, and Siena versus Marist, a rematch of the very first EGF MAAC champion in this semifinal. They also played each other last season in the semifinal, so they get to rematch there. On the other side of the bracket, you're seeing Quinnipiac, the number 1 seed. They were able to qualify, and they will be going up against the Manhattan Jaspers in that other semifinal. But we'll be seeing both of those teams tomorrow. I'm excited. I mean, this is although we didn't see any crazy or wild upsets across the MAAC, these are the teams that played the best all season long, and so this makes the semifinals even more exciting.
Yeah, it was really fantastic. Some amazing not really upsets, but really good plays. I'm so happy to see these players in person. It was so good today. It's going to be even better tomorrow as they get even more acclimated after traveling down here. I can't wait, Soy.
It's going to be a blast. So be sure to tune in tomorrow and throughout the rest of the weekend. We've got all of the games running here on not only this stream, but also Mainline. I mean, this is just a wild event here at Atlantic City, and be sure to tune in all day. Tomorrow, we've got Overwatch, Rocket League, and then we wrap up our day back with these 2 semifinals. The first one will be that Marist versus Siena matchup, and then we will follow it and end our day with that Quinnipiac versus Manhattan matchup. So be sure to tune in when those matches happen tomorrow afternoon. It will be a blast. But that wraps it up for us here at the MAAC Championship here for day number 1. Our quarterfinals are done. And Kilo Miles, any final thoughts here before we wrap up the day?
Just to make sure, like Soy said, to tune in tomorrow. We've got so much MAAC action. These teams have been fighting so hard to get here on land, and you have to pay them respect to all the hard work they've done to get here. Tune in, tell all your friends, tell all your family, get them glued to their TV screens because it's going to be a hoot tomorrow. So be sure to tune in then to MAAC Esports.